What's good, Joe? It's your boy, Brother Jariah, and we back with another video. Now, y'all can probably tell in my voice that I'm tired, I'm sleepy, but I had to make this video. I had to make this video. Now, as y'all may know, Maul and Rory came out with a video together. I think it's over about an hour and some minutes. And pretty much explaining their side of the story. Everything that was going down. Not just recently, but taking things back from the very beginning of the Joe Budden podcast. When it was named, I'll name this podcast later. So they did a video, and there was a few things that they said. And if what they said is actually true, and I believe it's true, I don't believe they have a reason to lie about what they said yesterday. Because I'm making this video on Sunday. They actually released their video. I think it was like Saturday evening. I was at work and shit like that. But if what they said is true, this nigga Joe Budden is one of the most narcissistic, nasty individuals that I've ever seen in my fucking life. Sorry y'all hear that in the background. That was my oven. But back to what I was saying. This nigga Joe is narcissistic as hell. This nigga Joe is greedy as hell. This nigga Joe is nasty as hell. Hell, look at the nigga. Look in between that nigga thumbs. Look into that nigga thumbs. Them shit's just dry. That's how you can tell that nigga nasty. Now, there's a few things that they went over. The first thing they went over was people believing that they were on a salary-based contract. Now, when I heard that, I knew exactly who they was talking about. Because the only motherfucker who said that they were on a salary-based contract was Academic's dumbass. This nigga Academic said that both Rory and Maul were getting $50,000 a year. Both Rory and Maul said that they were both individually, not together, individually, were on a percentage-based contract. I think they said they get 10% off the top of everything that the Joe Budden podcast makes. Just the Joe Budden podcast alone. Now, see, the thing is, not that other fucking podcast, Girl I Guess, because them motherfuckers weren't going to get no money from them fucking podcasts anyways. Fuck both of them. Fuck both those podcasts. But they said they were on a performance. They were not a performance. They were on a percentage-based contract, which meant that they got 10% off the top. Right? And then there was stories and rumors going around that Rory and Maul trying to see the books. They were trying to see the books. They were trying to see how much money the podcast was generating and bringing in. And in my video, I allude to that. Because it was the second year of their deal. It was even before then. But when I brought it up, I said it was during their second year of their deal. And they were doing those live tours, which they brought up. They were selling the merch, like I brought up. And Joe, and when both Rory and Maul asked Joe and Ian, and their lawyers asked both Joe and Ian, hey bro, let's see the books. Let's see how much the power was making. You know what I'm saying? This nigga Joe went the fuck off on them. On both of them. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this clearly so y'all can hear me. Y'all can turn your headphones up, whatever the hell y'all need to do. If these niggas is on a percentage-based contract and they wanted to see the books, that's their right to ask Joe to do that. They're getting money based on how much money the Joe Budden podcast is bringing in. So in their contract, if they had a contract, that's their fucking right to ask Joe. And Ian, if he asked both of them. Because Ian, I don't know what the fuck Ian doing. Ian's just there. That nigga be putting on his basic bitch quotes and everything. I don't know what the hell Ian really does for the podcast. I really don't. I really don't. Like I said, that's your fucking right. If they ask you to see the fucking books, let them see the fucking books. If you have absolutely nothing to hide. But if you have something to hide, and you've been taking money from the Joe Budden podcast, money that's been generated, then you done fucked up. You done fucked up, Joe. You done fucked up. There's two things. There's two things. My mom said that no one should ever fuck with a person's money and a person's family. When you fuck up a person's money, now you automatically fucking with my family. I don't know if Maul gay. I forgot that nigga ain't got no kids. I don't think Rory got no kids either. But it don't matter. But you're fucking with somebody's money, and let's say Joe was taking money. I'm not saying that Joe was, but let's talk about the possibility that Joe was taking money. And that's why he's been denying Rory and Maul to see the books. And they also brought up the fact that Joe was actually going to put them, I think after the Spotify deal went out, they were going to put Rory, he was going to put Rory and Maul on a salary. And both of them told Joe, no nigga, fuck out of here. We're not getting on no salary. And Joe was pissed off that. Because if you just put niggas on a salary, then it don't matter how much money you going through. It don't matter if you taking money out the pod. You just got to give them niggas $50,000 a year and keep that shit pushing. They brought up another, some other things. Excuse me. They pretty much summed up my theory that both of them got the same lawyer. Even though Hip Hop DX, according to Hip Hop DX, they both had the same lawyer. They both got the same lawyer around the same time. In the beginning, like I said in the beginning, Maul was a replacement for Marissa Mendez back in 2016. But Rory was there from the fucking beginning. From the very beginning. Out in this podcast later. Hell, he even said out in this podcast later was under his fucking SoundCloud account. And he was the one putting the audio files on there. Right? I can tell there's no fucking respect there. There's no respect that Joe gives to both Rory and Maul. I think Joe made some comments about, I think he said I'll give a stranger. I don't have to give my niggas respect. I'd rather give my respect to strangers. Who the fuck says that shit? And this nigga Joe over here on the new episode of the Joe Budden podcast, bringing in his fucking therapist just to prove how much of a fucking idiot and a psychopath you are, nigga. I'm gonna say you're an idiot, but you're a fucking psychopath. Something's fucking wrong with you. I don't know, this nigga start wearing fedora hats and all this shit. And all that bullshit. Them hats my mama be rocking and shit. You know what I'm saying? That nigga over here rocking hats that them old women in church be rocking and shit. With the flowers and shit. I don't know if he got the one with the big ass flowers on it. He better fucking not though. He better goddamn not. But this nigga Joe been wildin'. This nigga really think he P. Diddy and Hove. This nigga really believe this nigga is P. Diddy and Hove put together. No, nigga, you're Joe Budden. You has fucked up every single bridge, every single connection that you ever fucking had. You fucked up the Spotify deal. You fucked up the time you was at Complex. You fucked up your contract when you was in music. And now this nigga got this nigga ego complex is off the fucking roof. Don't get that shit confused, nigga. Cause without this podcast, we would not fucking care. We would still like your music. But without this podcast, you really wouldn't be making a whole bunch of money, Joe. And both you and me know that shit. You wouldn't have had the connections that you had. And another thing, remember Rory in the video as well. Sorry, I'm jumping everywhere, but Rory even brought up the fact that he was in the beginning. He actually initiated the title deal at first. In the beginning, he said, I had a friend. I think he said he either worked for Tidal or had connections to Tidal. One of those. And guy had generated some numbers for him, and he said, all right, I'll get back to Joe. I'll get back with Joe about it. And Joe went the fuck off. Joe went the fuck off on Rory. Who's about the fuck you talking about that shit, nigga? What the fuck? You ain't got no right to say that shit, nigga. Fuck you talking about? All that wild shit. I would have punched the fuck out of Joe. I'm sorry. If that was me, I would have like drop kicked that nigga. Cause he ain't finna just talk to me fucking crazy. Now with Rory, Rory is a patient, laid back type of guy. He's not really he's the go with the flow type of guy. But when they get down to business, he's done with his fucking business. And I know Maul ain't taking that bullshit from Joe. So if I was Rory, I would have slapped the shit out of Joe. Cause you're not finna just talk to me like that, nigga. You out your fucking mind. I'm gonna let my mama talk to me like that. And I'm gonna let you talk to me like that? A nigga I barely even know? Remember, Roy has only known Joe for 7 to 8 years. And I brought that up in my video too. He's only known Rory for 7 to 8 years. Nigga was kind of like an intern, to be honest. Nigga, Joe was like, I mean, nigga, you really kind of like, I don't need you, nigga. Like, on that type of shit. I don't know what the fuck Joe on, bro. This nigga Joseph Budden. I don't know your middle name, nigga. I'm gonna make up one. Joseph Clay Budden. Whatever the fuck your middle name is, this nigga, I don't really care. This nigga wildin'. This nigga is wildin'. I knew this nigga was wildin'. He got them new goddamn teeth. I knew that nigga was gonna start. I knew that nigga was. Oh. It's like, oh, yeah, that nigga got some new teeth. This nigga about to start wildin' in a minute. And I saw it, bro. I was like, this nigga Joe on some shit. I can tell. And I'm not saying you shouldn't take care of yourself, get some new teeth. You can get some new teeth if you want to. But I know when Joe did that, it was an ego thing. Joe was ego. Joe has a fucking ego that has to be nourished a lot. That's why Parks is his yes man. Parks is his yes man. Ian is his yes man. He's not about to fire both of them. He makes both of them niggas make him feel good. Make his ego feel good. That shit not happening. And just like Rory and Maul said, they had no problem with Joe bringing in Ice and Ish. They have absolutely no problem with them. No problem with them at all. But at the same time, they felt like you bringing in niggas that you think you brought in niggas that you really don't even like to do the podcast. And that's what Maul said. Like, you really don't even fuck with them niggas. You just brought them shits in just out of spite, thinking that was gonna make us mad. Shit, them niggas probably getting money off that episode. Now, if Rory takes Joe to court, Rory has to go over his contract first before he takes Joe to jail. My bad, not jail. Takes Joe to court. Maul has to too. Just to make sure ain't nothing no iffy about the contract, even though both their lawyers, which is the same damn lawyer. The fuck I'm talking about, both lawyers. But they need to go over their contract, make sure everything is good, get all their shit together. Because if all their shit's together and everything they're saying is true, they can sue the shit out of Joe if they wanted to. If they wanted to. They can sue that nigga for defamation of character. That nigga, they can sue that nigga for pain and distress. Well, pain and distress is kind of defamation of character though, because I can be in pain and distress and you defamate my character. You sue that nigga for fraud. Cause you fucking with their money, bro. Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. I thought you knew fucking better, but in the same time, I knew you didn't know fucking better. I absolutely didn't. So then they talk about what was that other thing they talked about yesterday? I'm doing it off the top of my head. Doing it off the top of my head because I looked at the video and I was like, damn, that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Pretty much Maul said he wasn't gonna do no pod without Rory. Joe got mad at that and I brought that shit up. Cause Joe was like, nigga, you my mans. What the fuck you sticking up for that nigga for? The fuck is you doing? You my mans. The hell you talking about? That nigga got mad at that shit. The nigga Maul said that the nigga Joe was talking to him crazy. Nigga Joe had talked to him crazy. When they were both out. They were both out for about a month. And they came back. Talked to that man crazy. That nigga Maul was like, bro, he told that nigga Roy, that nigga Maul told Roy like, yo, bro, like this shit done. This shit it. Like Maul pretty much knew like, bro, this is writing on the wall for us, bro. Like this nigga Joe done changed up. This nigga in his Hove bag. This nigga in his Diddy bag. This nigga in some. I guess that nigga Joe thought he was Jay Prince or somebody. I don't know who the fuck Joe thought he was, bro. That's some weird shit. That is some weird shit. But anyways, if y'all watched my other video, y'all liked it. I thank y'all for the support. You know, we want to keep this thing pushing, bro. I got some walkthroughs coming for y'all. I got some reactions coming for y'all. I have some gameplay coming for y'all. I got a whole bunch of things coming out for y'all. But it's been another video. It's been another banger. It's been Brother Jariah. And I'll holler at y'all next time. Stay safe and stay blessed. Peace.